And what we're really worried about is fireball from the pit fiend angering the planetar. I don't want that either. Lilly has something special. It's not 100%, but it's pretty good. 75% for energy attacks, including fire. So I think she'll do that for...
Yes?
Because it'll likely be hard to keep the planetar from fighting with right next to the pit fiend. So we got protection from evil coming up. And this.
In the name of Rome, we fight! In the name of Rome, we fight!
Jacques.
Better hurry up, Lilly. Okay.
What is it?
The drow rule supreme! The drow rule supreme! In the name of Rome, the drow rule supreme!
Alright, here's Thelynn'ss. That's the one we're really interested in.
I await your need.
But really only at range. You know what? Muzzle cast Insect Plague.
Yes, Bill.
Maybe Flame Strike.
What?
Just gonna try to help out the summons, I guess. As well. Hard wielding.
Yep.
She has.
What do you want?
Alright, recasting minute meteors.
Where can I be of most use?
Actually, chain lightning.
Name. What?
The drow rule supreme!
What is this? What happened? Oh, she had a surge. Squirrels. Everywhere, squirrels. The pit fiend is gonna go ballistic.
Your life shall be mine.
Alright. Silly. Oh, she doesn't have Chaos Shield. That's why. Man, improved Chaos Shield.
Yes.
Alright, sending in the squirrels. Don't. Sure enough, it's attacking the squirrels. Man.
Ready and willing.
Alright, just gonna mirror.
How can I help?
Yes?
Oh boy. Man.
The drow rule supreme!
Oh boy. All right.
I am ready.
Just gonna wait for the pit fiend to finish. Good thing though, I think that we protected that planetar. Just looking for healing for herself. Man.
How may I assist? What? Something I can assist you.
In the name of Rome, we fight!
I think that actually just worked out pretty well. Alright. But yeah, those squirrels. That was the only hiccup there. Alright.
I am yours to command.
Yeah, more drow equipment that's not actually made out of adamantium. A little confusing. Quite a bit of it, though. Alright. Oops. I'm not sure why they... Well, I guess they carry so many antidotes because of all the spiders. Do you think they'd have control over the spiders? Yeah, I should probably apologize for last session. Not only was I awfully tired as usual, but doing things like this, inventory management, can be tedious sometimes. And it's not that it takes that much concentration, but enough. I guess I was actually reading a little bit about the encumbrance rules. I didn't realize this, but it's actually optional for 2nd edition. And optional in 2 ways, or there's 2 options with it. Of course, you have the dimension of weight itself in pounds, which we're familiar with here. But there's also the optional dimension of volume, which we don't see here. Although I guess, well, we've seen that, I guess, at least in Neverwinter Nights. I wouldn't call it volume, it's more just in 2 dimensions of a size, taken into the account for equipment. But just something I hadn't really considered before, even though somebody like Viconia can carry 1,600 pounds. The point is, her backpack itself could probably only maybe bear 50 pounds, I think, is the rule if you're going to use that option. So even though she can carry that much, she doesn't actually necessarily have the equipment that can carry that much when you think about it. And also, if you take into account volume, I think a backpack is understood to be 3 by 2 by 1 foot. So where would you put all those other things? But yeah, 1,600 pounds. Looking at, that's more than, well, certainly more than pack animals. I think dogs can carry about 30 pounds. And horses, I think on average carry maybe 500 pounds. This looks important. And even elephants can only carry, I think, about 1,000 pounds. Viconia can carry 1,600. It's kind of funny. Amulet of cheetah speed. Popular among fleeing felons, travelers, and cowards. Almost sounds like it does a double haste. If I'm reading that correctly. But actually, everybody has an amulet that they like, I think. So we'll probably end up selling that. Right? Pretty sure. Except, oh, that's more useful. Alright. Yeah, what is this? Droughtguard's Key. Black and bloodstained. Recovered from the fierce drow Kensai. That was that important person. Alright. Probably a good thing we didn't face him directly. It's not saying what it opens, though.
The group needs me? Sire?
Yeah, look at all this stuff. Yeah, I kind of like the... Well, I guess it's unfortunate that we don't have things like horses and wagons. They implemented that to some extent, whoops, in Daggerfall. You could buy a horse with a wagon. Of course, that makes sense. You could store a lot. But I guess introducing horses adds a lot of complexity to the game, which is probably why they don't do it to begin with. Because, of course, with horses, you have to pay for stabling, feed, I guess, who knows what else, care of the horse and healing, and armor, barding, saddlebags. It's a whole new dimension, and other management that you have to deal with. Oh, not to mention mounted combat. That certainly would be interesting. All right. Boy, we're accumulating so many things that I really think maybe we should make a trip to Catherine, see if Kara can do anything with the adamantine dust, sell some of these things, and maybe get some other things appraised, including the bolts. Just so we know what we should be picking up and what we shouldn't be. Might pay to do that.
Something amiss? Yes? How may I assist?
Oh, I'm not sure. She can't identify those. All right. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about, for example, with Neverwinter Nights. I think it can be tedious enough to have to organize your inventory just across one dimension of weight. So to add that second property of size or volume, I don't know. I know it's more realistic, but in some ways, I'm not sure what it really adds.
I am yours to command.
To the gameplay experience.
Nature could find a home here if it were properly cleansed and balanced.
The group needs me?
Except for realism. And that kind of goes back to that conversation about simulation versus playing the role in the story. Elsewhere.
Your answer will not sit well with my master, Sendai.
Master Bennon. Of course, we haven't even heard of him. It looked like an illithid here.
You dare threaten me here, in my own enclave?
Balthazar's army grows stronger with each passing day, Sendai. You know how this will end.
Begone, and tell your master I know who my true allies are.
So be it. Your fate is sealed, Sendai. You and all your kind.
Yeah, not sure who he's representing.
Forgive me, mistress. An intruder has entered our underground complex, and the sentries have not yet reported back.
Sniveling maggots! I cannot waste my time in the north tunnels and release my pets into the south. That should put an end to this intruder.
Yes, Mistress Sendai. It shall be as you command.